I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Dragons of War. Today, we rejoined the party after they had initially investigated the opening underneath the crater where the meteor had fallen. We're going to begin today, though, with a little recap for everyone since some players weren't here and, um, you know, just getting everybody caught back up in general purposes. So we're going to start with the map of Tenken here. And if you look, I've given you the map with all of the different nations. And you guys are in Frageshelmere, which is actually split into two distinct territories. There's Frageshelmere, the proper nation, and then part of that nation, like an annexed territory, is Greenyord, um, which of course just means the green or the good land down to the south that they were able to take from the Caledonians after raiding, sort of an analog to the Vikings when they were able to actually establish a foothold in northern France and England. And so Greenyord is where you guys find yourselves. And if you zoom in right under the Greenyord, there's some hills and small towns scattered throughout those hills. That is specifically where you guys are at right now. Um, just to give you kind of an overview a bird's eye view of the world and where you're at, and remind you of the culture that you're surrounded by, etc. So that being said, Scout is a warforged who, you know, he fits his name. He goes around and scouts out areas and is prone to just wandering off with no explanation or, you know, anything. Just he's gone like Batman. And that is exactly what happened to you guys. Scout had disappeared, and we are going to quickly cover what Scout has been doing, and that will lead us back to where you guys are. Just to quickly leave you guys up to date, um, since Elodie wasn't here, you guys had gone into a cave system that had been punched open by the meteor, and in fact, half of the meteor had disappeared into the cave system. And so you guys went down there looking for it and encountered a bunch of Draugr, which is a form of undead associated with Viking mythology. And they almost killed everyone and took Gorakul prisoner for a little while before Pesci was able to rescue him. And so now you guys are kind of defeated and unsure of what to do from here. And so yeah, we're gonna go with Scout and pick up from there. All right.
That was a very good summary of our terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah, it wasn't your best day.
We're never defeated. We're never defeated. We're never defeated.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might have lost a game, but you're still fighting the series, so
we have lived.
I'm very upset that you guys fell asleep during my grand performance in front of this undead crowd.
Yes.
This is the only chance I ever performed in front of undead.
Well,
They don't seem to have liked it, though.
Excellent performance. So I assume that we don't want to try to go down there again, do we?
Not in our current state.
I would think.
Dungeon Master, it seems that my character isn't unlocked.
Okay. I looked and it looked as though you had logged in with the same one, but let me. Oh no,
Sure.
I see that one's got a capital S. Okay, there you go. All right, so now we delete.
And just scroll to zoom in.
My apologies. 2 different laptops.
No, it's quite all right. I didn't notice that there, was a difference. So that's.
Using that.
Good to go, sir.
All right. So now, oops, I must have done the wrong one. Now, as you are out scouting, and can you see the map? Can everyone see the map?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So as you are out scouting, you've come across a bridge, and you see on the other side of that bridge, you see a old woman in a dirty brown cloak who is struggling to cross the bridge.
Well, then, I must go and assist her in crossing the bridge.
All right. So, geez, why is... There we go. All right. So, she is over here, and she's like, "Oh man, crossing this bridge is so hard. I wish there was like a big, strong robot who could come help me."
Young lady, I might not be big and strong, but I will still assist you across this bridge.
What's that? You're like 45 feet away. I can't hear you.
That's the DM's way of
I will.
saying you should be closer before you say that.
So
we
I'm
get-
going to start to move towards her. Here's my first round.
Oh man, you move way faster than me. Look at how far you got in just one round.
Young lady, can I assist you across this bridge?
Oh man, aren't you a flirt, young lady? Look at you.
Yes, ma'am. Would you like assistance?
I would like assistance, yes.
I mean, he is a scout.
Scout's going to try and help her across,
All right, so
putting an arm around her waist to steady her as they walk.
yeah, so you notice as she's walking that she's like heavier than she appears, and so you actually do need to roll a strength check in order to like help her keep her balance. Surprisingly.
Of course, you would go with my weakness. I'm on to you.
Oh man, you do all right. You know, she was heavier than she looked, but even as she begins to lose her balance, you manage to struggle and strain, and your robot arms creak and groan against the weight because they weren't designed for this kind of you know, heavy torque, but you manage to hang on and get her across the bridge. And so now, as you guys cross the bridge, she's like, "Oh, thank you so much."
You're absolutely welcome, ma'am. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Here. And she begins to dig into her cloak, and you see that she's got a bunch of little vials hanging off of her belt, and she hands you a potion with some strange brownish liquid in it.
Hmm.
And what, pray tell, is this, ma'am?
Oh, just a little something to thank you for helping me.
So I went through one.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful day. He manages to put it into one of his open slots on his body.
Yep. All right. And so now you have a mysterious potion.
Hmm.
And so that is what you were up to when you went away, and now you eventually make your way back to the encampment where you find everybody lying around all bruised and bloodied.
Especially Gorakul, who is probably the most bloodied of them all.
I don't think Oracle died.
Did you all have a battle royale while I was gone?
Yes, we did. We
Wish I
battled, we
really
battled
used it.
bravely against the undead, but they almost undead us.
Ugh.
So why do you call each other undead? I'm confused.
No. You don't understand. we actually went down into the caverns, and we have encountered the undead, specifically Drog, and we lost.
Yeah,
As you
they were not. They were
started-
not They were not very friendly. I don't recommend them.
They
And
don't
they
like
almost tried
art
to
much.
turn me into an undead.
I thought that you just fell asleep after my glorious play of Greek tragedy, or rather Norse
Gargoyle
tragedy.
looks at Pessy annoyed and just says, "You are lucky I don't slap you across your face."
Did you not tell the Drog that you had bardic immunity?
Well, so I thought that was unspoken, but I guess it's not. Maybe I should have done that.
Just saying, because, I've never seen a bard in jail. So obviously they have bardic immunity.
You know what? I like you. I should travel more with you.
And Gorakul is just standing there with his broken hand in his face, like,
So we have come to a point where we know that there is a mystery below ground.
and that they have the other half of this meteor, of this star, as he sort of points to the meteorite.
So, Scout, where were you during this battle?
Well, you see, there was this really interesting opening about 370 meters in that direction. He just points into a direction. So I went to check it out. You guys were sleeping and not doing a whole lot after playing with slimes.
Hmm. And did you find anything interesting? Anything that could help us?
I don't think so. Trees, there's bushes. Ooh,
Did-
there's a stream,
Did
and
you
there's even a bridge.
Did you meet anybody?
Well, yeah, that's part of wandering. You meet all kinds of people when you wander.
And who did you meet?
Well, there was this rabbit.
Rabbit.
It skittered off very quickly. There was also some deer, two and a half to be exact. Little herd.
What is a half a deer?
Half a deer.
Well, you see,
A baby.
it only raised to about 3.6 meters above the ground.
9 feet?
But
10
Sure.
feet?
sure,
That's the
Why
biggest
not?
deer I've ever seen in my life.
well, that's what happens when they hang around meteors.
I guess.
Maybe it's a perspective issue. Are you sure you're measuring that correctly?
Maybe. I'll have to compute that. Anyhow,
Um,
there was an old lady, and then I saw a brown bear on the way back. Yeah, that's about it.
Did you talk to the old lady?
Well, yes, you always talk to people when you run into them.
Not
Yep.
what
What'd she
my
say?
Oh, she said that I'm a flirt and that I'm very kind.
Why did she say that?
sounded like you were helping her with something. I don't know. I don't know how exactly it sounds, but it sounds like you were helping her with something.
Oh, yes, she was struggling to get across a bridge.
Ah.
The
Huh.
bridge that's that way.
Okay, so to the matter at hand, we have a bunch of undead, and they have zero appreciation in the fine art of playwriting. So, how are we going to fix this?
Not to mention that they want to rise an army and lay waste to the living world with that meteorite shard.
And the travesty is that
that's-
entire
that's
army
not-
will not respect any fine acting.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
not nearly as bad as their unappreciation of art.
They're
But
starting. an
Yes, I'm
army?
glad someone agrees with me. Thank you.
I am intrigued.
but not being alive would help us,
Mm-hmm.
Scout,
Yes.
with this task.
So you don't want to be alive? I don't understand.
No!
Yeah, that's a weird request. If we weren't alive,
I mean,
this would help a lot.
I
So
could assist with your unalive.
let
No, no,
me
no, no,
just
no,
chip
no,
in
no.
really quick here. I believe
I think Lucy here has mixed up words. She meant to say that it's better that if we are to be alive and to deal with this undead, undead, undead mashup.
What she meant to say is we need a robot to defeat them.
Yes.
Well, do we
I
think?
don't
do we
know if
think-
it really works that way. I'm kind of well. I'm
so
unique amongst my race. With my race is unique. Yes, something like that.
well, one
What
minor
can we do?
observation that I made. One minor observation that I made is that they appear to be really focused on the living. That is to say, people like me and are cool over there. That's the predominant focus. What we believe is that someone of your predisposition of being a robot, they won't pay any attention to. And see, I believe that there's this nice glowing crack of the meteor down there that they're using to try to create more of themselves for some reason. I don't know why. So maybe we could retrieve it without becoming in
We
contact
don't
with
have
them.
more of these things, that's for sure. Already there's too many.
Well, in case of the violent actions, we did manage to collect these, and he shows the quarterstaffs we've collected and says, it seems like they are quite vulnerable to being bashed on the head.
So, Scout, perhaps we can ask you to go down into the cavern to see if the undead are still there, and perhaps they won't notice you, and you might be able to extract this piece of star that we've lost.
I don't think he can carry it, though. It was quite large.
This sounds like a flawed plan, but I will try it anyhow. Sounds like fun.
Well, I'll take no offense at your jest.
But at the
glad
very
you
least,
no- yeah.
he may be able to get a better idea of how many are down there and where they are. And, they do seem to be easily distracted too. So maybe I could come up with a good story to tell them in song form.
Pesci,
Vikings love that.
Pesci. As Gorakul sort of walks up to him and says, Pesci, listen, these aren't thinking folk. They do not have a mind of their own. They are simply undead. They're trying to create more undead and trying to create havoc. What we need is to obliterate them.
Thels just starts the worst version of sneaking away from the party and down the tunnel.
Yeah. So as you're walking down the tunnel, go ahead and move forward about 15 feet. Hey, look at that. You already knew. All right. Can you see anything? Yeah, you can. All right. Roll for
Nothing but
initiative.
darkness.
Roll for initiative. That's a pretty good roll.
To use a dad joke, that's how I roll.
All right. So you see several undead with
Yes.
bows and arrows ready for anyone to approach. You seem to have caught them off guard, though, as they, were looking for signs of life, Captain, and they were not able to find any. And so you did manage to somewhat sneak up on them, even though your stealth roll is not enough for them to not notice you completely. You didn't trigger their life sense, and so therefore you got this far without them shooting at you.
Okay.
Well, thinking that I am stealthy as can be, I'm going to keep advancing.
All right. Yeah, so
Do
you
we
can
have a
only move
moment to notice that he snuck off?
Well, seeing how I rolled a 1 for my stealth, you absolutely can see and hear me moving.
Well, he certainly isn't the lightest on his feet.
I believe we're having an argument, sir.
So you
Pay no attention to that robot.
you move half your speed forward. You still have your standard action. What do you do?
Nothing. Going to keep advancing
Okay.
for as long as I think that they don't notice me.
Yep. So you can move another 15 feet forward then. All right. Perfect. And so now you can see there's undead just all over the place here. They've taken up a defensive position, and they seem to all be looking at you.
Do I perceive that they are?
You can roll an insight.
Where he is.
You want to do insight instead of perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do they see you as a threat, or are they just curious since you're not alive?
Yeah, with your insight, you see that they have all definitely noticed you and are definitely starting to knock their arrows and are definitely starting to aim at you. And oh my God, is that an arrow coming at you?
Oh dear.
Well, that didn't work well. Greetings, undead. And let's see. Closest one from me. Ugh. Would I be able to close the gap on the Druger 4?
No, because he's up on a cliff.
I would.
He's
That'd be
elevate.
unfortunate for me.
Yeah, he's elevated, so you have to go up those stairs there.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it would be wise for me to retreat at this moment. They will get the opportunity to knock an arrow at me while I run away. Bravely run away.
Bravely ran away.
Just like in the Monty Python sketch.
That's right.
Yeah, quick, let me get my coconuts.
Deedly deedly, there they are, standing in a row.
Yes, I retreat quickly. Oof. They end up firing on me.
Is that your turn?
I don't know if that's all I can do for that turn.
Oh
They've
yeah,
got arrows.
that's way more than you could normally do on a turn. I was being generous because you were stealthy in there.
Super stealthy.
So it seems then, Scout, you're not able to advance. Sounds like we should withdraw.
What? And
I believe I saw
as
5. They
Or-
have elevated positions with bows at the ready. They don't seem to be normal undead.
Of course, because they were risen by the piece of the star.
Don't
I think
forget
we're
to
gonna
end your turn.
Oh, yes, sir.
I think we're gonna need to find more. We're gonna need to find more people to help us out. We don't have the force to kill these guys.
Hmm, that's debatable.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
We
can
just
see
need
you.
We just need a good strategy.
If
Is
I
a way to lure them out and hit them on the head as they come out?
Ooh, one at a time. That's a good idea.
Yes, that would be a lot more easier to do than having a bunch of them group around the meat man known as Zerash.
I
Well,
can attack you with disadvantage.
Zerash, you have meat? I didn't know that you sold
What?
meat.
How about Pesci makes up a very mean song about Vikings, and they'll all come out one at a time to defend their honor.
Nah. I don't think they have honor.
Well, I do know a lot about.
I don't think they
I do
even
know a lot about. I did roll very well for my religion check last session on this sort of thing. So, DM, can I come up with a rousing song about how these undead have no mothers or something? I don't know.
Or
We
or
can
we
Try
need
to
a
try to
decoy,
pull them, get them angry and emotional, and try to rush us.
or we need to send somebody in as bait. Garricool.
I sort of point to Zerash. He seems to be the one that survives the most.
Yeah, but you're the one who wants it so bad.
yeah, I don't.
Besides, you got away. They might be wanting to get you back.
That's exactly
Garricool.
right. I think we got to back out and find more resources. And we got to go explore the above world.
If we wait, they'll raise more undead.
Yeah, it'll be worse.
Yes,
You know.
So what are you thinking? We're going to try to rush them again?
what I'm thinking is that you attract them over towards to the narrow place of the caverns, and then they'll attack. Then you'll block their attacks, and then you'll be able to, and then we'll be able to smash them.
To smithereens.
Yes,
Why
With
that didn't work the first time? Why would it work this time?
I was
because
going to
it's
say.
the narrow area, not the wide area. It'll be fighting one on one.
All right, so if you want to try it, let's try it now while we still have everybody to play. And we can go in. If we get beat up again, we get beat up again.
Hey, so last time I forgot that I have mage armor, and should I be putting it on? I have to wait for my turn for that, though.
All the time.
Yeah. But is that a thing? I have to do that on my turn, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Although technically speaking, you can do it like first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm. So, should we all assume that I have put on my mage armor since I was stupid enough to forget it last time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so what's our walking order then? We're going to try this? Let's try this.
I know you're going to be in the.
That's great. Putting me forward to die again. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it. Has Scout gotten back yet?
No, not
Scout
yet.
got hit.
We're still going through the round here. I'm just helping Katla. So you see
The
when you
scout
hit.
is very unhappy because he just got shot.
Yes. You see the magnifying glass, and then you'll see mage armor AC3 8 hours. You just drag that over onto yourself on the combat tracker.
Mage armor.
Yeah, it'll be mage armor semicolon AC
Wait,
colon
where
3.
am I supposed to drag it to the?
When you open the magnifying glass on the combat tracker, you drag it right over onto yourself.
Did it work?
No.
Oh, here? Okay, so I clicked. It says effect, and it says mage armor AC3, 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
the
where
one.
do I? So where do I click?
You drag the one that says Mage Armor AC3 right onto yourself.
Onto myself in the map?
On the combat tracker.
Oh, on the combat tracker. Okay, wait a second. I gotta move my windows around here.
Sorry guys, I just want to make sure that she has this and it's good for everybody to hear and go see.
There
Boom.
we go. Thank you.
So whenever you do a spell or anything that has an effect like that, you drag it over onto yourself just like that.
Okay, on the combat tracker. Okay.
Yep. All right. And so Scout, as you noticed, this Draugr takes careful aim and shoots you in the back shoulder plate as you're retreating.
Oh no! Does it do?
I will
any
remember
damage?
him.
I will remember you.
He will have a very special place soon.
Oh man, I can't see you. This rock is blocking my way.
I'm really crying and hurting about that.
I wanted to make sure that I could see what was going on.
Oily tears are coming out of his eye ducts.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you've got at least 10 of these, and all of them have more hit points than we do by like a fair amount.
Scout, you drop to the ground as the arrow hits you in the leg. It hurts. Your systems are shutting down. Your gears are grinding to a halt.
Oh no, Scout! What's that bottle that's hanging on your belt?
Well, it's not our turn yet, so I can't unfortunately.
I bet you it's something cool. if I know this DM at all, and I think I do.
A bottle.
It's a genie. All right. So we have finally reached the end of the round. And sorry about that, guys. All right. Now everybody roll for initiatizing. You hear Scout. Scout, what noise do you make as you are hit with this arrow?
He actually doesn't make a whole lot of noise.
17. Wow.
He's not much of a talker.
Does your gears grinding like make a sudden clunk clunk kind of sound or something like that?
You would definitely hear the wood grinding against the arrow shafts, because that's not supposed to be in those places.
Gora closer and hears this and says, "Well, that is certainly something troubling."
All right, and Elodie, you had rolled the. Yeah, you got it. Thank you guys. All right, perfect. And so now, Scout, it is going to be your turn, but unfortunately, it's just going to roll a death save for you, okay?
Was I
Well,
supposed to roll?
of course it is.
Oh, God.
Of course the DM's dice is against.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's
So I even though I'm at the bottom of this, guys, we have no shot. We have to get out.
I agree.
Gora Coulter sort of steams and says, "No, no, 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 and no."
Agree, because I just don't think we have a shot here. And I know Gurgle didn't die, but like we've all like died once. I don't really want to die again.
We're done.
Hey, if you die 3 times, you get a Sunday.
Look, I think we should go get like stronger, learn some more information, and then
Sunday was medium.
or find a weapon. Find a weapon.
I don't think we're gonna get through this strength. We're not strong
No, we need a weapon.
Gorakul sort of slams his fist into the nearby wall and says, "If we wait, then we risk more undead being risen and more trouble around."
We're all going to be dead. So someone's got to go get someone's got to go get Scout out because he's now lying dead on the ground and within range of people shooting arrows. So whoever's first on the initiative should get Scout and get him out.
Okay, Pesci.
All right. Hey, DM. Do I know
Yes.
if I see Scout?
You can see what you can see. So everything you can see there, that's what you can see.
Okay, great. Do I know if Healing Word will work on Scout?
Yes.
Okay. I use Healing Word on Scout.
Yay!
Am I
Target.
selecting him?
Nope.
First I need to target myself, and then I need to target him. Okay. And then Healing Word.
Nope. Okay, so click. It does say you're targeting him. Weird. All right, so I am going to clear your targets, just because, and it still says you're targeting him. That is really super weird. And then I click on you. I click on Scout. It's not saying you're targeting him. That is really messed up. Hold on.
You can try and do the DM targeting in the combat tracker.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, try to do
What if I
healing
just-
word now.
Try to do Healing Word now. Oh, I think it's targeting myself.
Oh, there you go. Now it says you're targeting him.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
So
So apparently I rolled 1 2 times in a row, but I
it
say
doesn't
to,
matter because
Scout.
yeah, this. So first describe how your healing word, it takes effect because you obviously do a little performance when you do this. So how do you go about doing your healing word?
I point to Scout and just say, "Oh, him? No, he's fine. He'll be okay. He just needs to walk it off. It's okay. Scout, we're over here. Come over here. We'll discuss this. We'll discuss more in depth about how we're going to seal all these guys in here because they have no respect for the arts."
More proof of bardic immunity.
And as you say this, a little magical effect takes hold, and Scout, indeed, you feel a warmth inside you as you're no longer lying there grinding to a halt and you're able to move again. Pesci, that's a bonus action. You can do a whole lot of other stuff if you want.
I mean, what else can I do? I can't really drag him because he's a little too heavy.
He's too
I guess
heavy
I can
for
give him
you,
bardic.
but-
I
Go ahead.
could give him bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
all right,
go.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just making sure that you understand that was only a bonus action. Like, there's a whole lot more you could do.
Yeah, but we're trying to discuss. I don't want to just go in by myself. We're trying to discuss specifically like what we need to do here. So
Yeah. No, I understand.
I give him bardic inspiration as my my main action.
Yeah. So, I am going to ready an attack to shoot anyone who comes and tries to grab Scout. Because I don't know that Scout is up. I think he's dead. And, Katla, your turn.
My turn.
Go
So how far am I away? So I could run in and try to like extract Scout, I guess. That was what I should do.
You
Yeah, I would think so.
What do I just pick him up and carry him back?
Yeah.
and
Well, that's the general idea.
Okay.
But
Um,
remember the risk of like being out of character, like getting shot at.
Yeah.
well, I do have my mage armor on, so hopefully if I get shot, it won't be a problem.
Do you have
So,
shield as well, or just mage armor?
no, I just have mage armor. Let me
Okay,
see here.
that's fine.
Yeah, what I
Shield
have
is
is.
just another extra line of defense, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have
All
a cantrip called mending. What does that do?
nothing for you right
Nothing.
now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not right now. Not
I
in
didn't
this
even.
situation.
Okay, I'm not even sure what it is. So, I mean, am I going to use an ability, or am I
Nope,
just
nope.
gonna?
You just
I'm
move right next to him.
okay. So I'm just gonna move to here, next to Scout, on top of him.
All right.
Do I
So,
see her moving?
oh wait, that's Zarash.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
the.
do
I'm
I
the.
see her advancing on me?
Yes,
So I move down to here.
yes, you do.
So as soon as I start to see that the team's trying to come after me, I'm I'm going to tell them to not approach.
No, but I'm not going to
Whether
listen
they
to
whether they do or not, that's on them.
you.
All right. So as you approach, the Draugr lets loose an arrow, and he fires it at you. And
Okay.
it's not targeting you.
Because I dodged.
Sounds good to me.
It misses.
Not linked to combat tracker entry. What? What kind of weird error am I getting here? All right, so that hits, and why? What?
It seems like the health hasn't been set up. So Gora, cool. So that
Hold on.
He deleted her out of the tracker, so it's still her turn. It automatically went down to the next one I went on.
Ah, what happened? Now I'm in a dark void of nothingness.
now you're back.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Jeez, what the heck was going on there?
And then my map disappeared. What happened?
You might need to close the map, and here, I'll reshare it with you. I'm so sorry. It's nothing you did. I had to try to fix something.
Okay, I closed that map of the cavern. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
It's just your token wasn't registering for some reason, and so I had to try to fix that problem. Anyway, here, he hits you with his arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Close it and open it again.
You are heavily wounded, but your system shock is a successful roll, so you're not in system shock. You're able to grab Scout and drag him, but you only have 15 feet that you can move.
Okay.
images.
How far was it?
Due to
15
Scout
feet.
being conscious,
Him
can
and
Scout
and
assist
Scout.
her in the movement?
No, but it's fine because you're behind enough of a corner to where most of the archers cannot target any of you.
Okay. All right. I was successful in my mission to grab Scout and drag him back to the party here. And now, hopefully, somebody can find out what's in that bottle hanging out of one of his compartments.
All right, now, Gorakul, it is your
It's
turn.
okay, my turn's over here.
Yeah,
Let's
that
see.
was all you could do on your turn.
Okay.
Gorakul sort of like sort of notices the wound on both Scout and Katla and says, "Glad I'm aware of. You're fortunate enough that you're alive."
Okay, I gotta hand my character to somebody who wants to be me for the rest of this afternoon.
I guess I'll take it, Joy, if you want to do that.
Okay. Good luck. Try not to get me killed again.
Promise. I promise I won't, because we're leaving. Okay.
Okay. Well, you'll tell me what happens later. Ciao.
Okay.
You died.
Don't say that.
That was literally the last thing she heard as she was leaving the channel.
Cool.
Well, you know, she said, "Tell me what happened later." I took my best guess.
Mhm.
So, do we want to take like a quick minute to just kind of quickly discuss what we should be
Not
doing here?
technically, the character will die someday.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
DM?
want to take a moment. I mean, I'm still 150% for walking outside.
Yep,
Yes, I
too.
think we should walk out and do some.
There may be another entrance.
There
It's possible that there could be
Who are you trying
another
to?
entrance.
Who are you trying to target, Gorakul?
I was trying to target Katla with the healing word, and I was going to target Scout with the cure wounds.
Okay, well, remember, you can't cast 2 spells in 1 round.
Okay.
But is Katla in?
Yes.
Who's in worse straits?
Scout. Wait,
Yeah,
that wasn't.
it's not targeting them again.
Yeah. I think I have to delete my thing. Like, remove me and then. Because I don't see my health bar either.
Oh, yep, look at that. Hold on. No, that didn't work. Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright, so which one do you want to target? Scout or... Alright, that was Scout.
I sort of say, "Stars heal you, Scout," as sort of like these sparks of starlight sort of glimmer and help fix the inside of Scout.
Yes, and it completely repairs him.
Gorakul side says,
So much better.
"All right. I'm thinking that if, as long as the Drow cannot exit through the cavern this meteorite, this star has made, then we'll be good. So I think we should block it with a lot of dirt, rocks."
That sounds like a great idea, but let's get out first. Everybody should simply disengage and walk out. Can we
Yeah.
do that, please?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we're planning to do.
Okay. Then that's what we're doing. So DM, is there anything more we need to do at this point besides walk outside?
Yes, we have to get through the rounds to make sure that nobody else gets attacked.
Okay. Then Gorkul, end your turn. All right. So Elodie, you probably should shoot something then, because can she just move out at this point?
She can.
Just move out. Just get out. So she's out. She should end her turn.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I have a shot, and I am going to take it at Scout. I could shoot Katla too, but she's not here, so it just doesn't feel right. I mean, it doesn't feel wrong. Just
Scout would intentionally try to take it anyhow.
right, you know.
Scout's a good scout.
Being the military asset that he is.
Oh, look at that. I missed it anyway.
Yay!
All that smack talk just for me to miss. I don't think I can see you, but let's see if I can if I move. No. No good line of sight. So I'm just gonna charge you. I see you. Rah! I'm a Draugr. I drop my bow and draw my sword. I'm gonna kill you.
I wish you all the best in that endeavor.
You say that, but I don't think you mean it.
Hey, maybe you can shoot at it before you leave. Shoot at it, like with your crossbow.
Yeah, it has no effect on.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, what happened?
No, don't worry. So Lucy will be retreating as well.
Yes. So, Lucy, I assume you just go ahead and move out of the cave with the rest of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Now in turn, go to the combat tracker, which is the 2 swords. Do you not see the 2 swords?
There you go. And I cannot see anyone. So I charge.
Zarash, if we move only 10 feet back, they won't have arrow strikes and they will charge us.
I really don't care. I just want to get out. So I'm getting out. That's my move.
These guys are vulnerable to bludgeoning. That's what Hazard was trying to say. That's what
I get it.
Gorakul was trying to say about the quarterstaves.
I completely understand. We're getting out. At least I am.
Hmm.
Scout's choice.
Hmm.
What was that dice roll for?
Trying to make a decision. How stubborn is Scout? All right, Scout's gonna take.
If you ready an action to attack them when they charge in, they won't even get their attack if you deal enough damage. Do you have a bludgeoning weapon?
Hmm. Well, that's part of the
You
plan.
have a quarterstaff, yeah. So
That is part of the plan. Let's see here. I don't wish to be shot anymore, so he will take the 5-foot step back. That'll force them to come into close quarters. And he figures now is as good a time as any to try out a mysterious brown potion
it
as he
it
pulls out a quarterstaff.
it instantly registers on your tongue as a potion of healing, so you save the rest of the drought to take when you need it.
Awesome. And I ready the quarterstaff for them to come around the corner.
Yes.
And there you are, sir.
All right. So this Draugr is going to do nothing.
They are the Draugrs that don't do anything.
Wow, that's a deep reference.
Okay, so everyone else is leaving. Scout is covering Katla's escape. Is that the deal?
I think he intends to bash these skeletons to death.
That's what it looks like. It does look like he's trying to cover for her. Maybe.
I can't see anything. The map just went completely black on me.
Oh, you just
Zoom to fit.
yeah, zoom. Sorry, I had to fix your token. Everybody's tokens went wonky at some point. I don't know what happened.
I still can't see the map.
If you zoom out until
Yep. I still can't see it.
oh
Click the zoom to fit.
I did hit that. Yes.
hold on. Did that fix it?
Nope.
Okay, close it. All right.
Okay.
Now.
Now I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, if Scout is going to cover for Katla, Pesci will step over to here, pull out his quarterstaff. Well, I guess he has his quarterstaff out. So he has his quarterstaff out. He'll say to Scout, now, I believe we missed out on a very important conversation, and that is bardic immunity. Can you tell me more about this topic, please? And he readies an action to attack anyone who comes into range, or to attack someone in range.
Scout just smirks.
And then I guess that would be my turn. Okay, there. He moved now.
Sorry. I was putting a potion of healing in Scout's inventory, so.
Okay. So yeah,
I
that
already-
is my turn.
Oh, you took it from the items pool because I was just handwriting it in.
Yeah, I took it from the items pool. All right. Scout number or Draugr number 2 does nothing. Draugr number 5 does nothing. Katla.
Moves out of there.
That's correct.
Not even gonna blast one of them first.
Nope.
All right.
Gorak.
This should be
Gorak
an interesting hell of a bard.
All right.
Gorak is going to cure wounds on Katla.
All right.
Yes, this will be the tale of the like Socrates has all those tales of arguments and stuff. This is going to be one of those in the Draugr pits. For the benefits of bardic immunity.
Yes.
Basically makes you invincible, right?
We shall see. I'm just imagining from Lethal Weapon 2, the villain or whatever, who kept on going around shouting diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
A character. I just have a running gag about bardic immunity because bards never seem to get in trouble. They talk their way out of stuff, so I just have always called it bardic immunity.
I like the concept. It made me laugh.
Yes.
I
Funny.
have many times when being arrested by constables have yelled bardic immunity, that I have bardic immunity because there's a bard in my party.
Yeah, just you're already outside, right? So everybody at this point, DM, is outside except for
Scout
except
and
for
Pesci.
right? Okay.
Scout and Pesci are the only two not out of the caverns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can't see you guys, so I actually jump down and drop my bow and draw my sword. And I charge you. I wasn't going to get an attack anyway, but your readied action goes off.
Well, then I guess I should just accommodate these poor individuals.
Oh, no, you got to
Oh,
target them.
sorry. Yes, I do. I was confused by that a little bit for a second or two.
Oh, conveniently, you
That
rolled
worked
the
out.
exact same.
Ooh, I got Pesci right next to me.
You do. Are you thinking about swinging him at the Draugr instead?
No, because he's next to me within 5 feet of the target, I get sneak attack
Oh, snap.
added on.
Snap.
So,
Do I need to add that to your sheet quick?
I'm doing it right now. Sneak attack is 4, so there we go. I just got to remember. Whoops. Oh yeah, let's need that. Doesn't seem to be letting me add it
Here. Let me
to
real
the
quick.
damage. Oh, that's why. I need to add the D4 to the. There we go. Fixed. There we go. Nice. That's how you smash them.
You smash the Draugur's head in with the quarterstaff, knocking it to the ground. There's also a lot more blood than you'd expect.
It is a very nice effect, though.
Thank you.
Bleh. He just smushed it.
Who's next?
Or that would be me, sir.
Pesci, care to do the bonking?
No, he can't now.
Why can't I?
If he advances, that another attack of opportunity?
Nope, because you don't have a readied action.
But Pesci
I
does.
have a ready to action, though.
Pesci does. Oh, Pesci, I'm so sorry.
He just smooshed one of the drog.
My bad. I just couldn't tell the difference in the voice there for a second. It's
I like how
completely
the
my fault.
blood covers up the icon.
Yeah.
Oh, Pesci. Nice.
So dramatic.
See if I actually. Nope.
Oh man, that's not great damage.
Literally 0.
But it disrupts me enough to where I can't hit Scout. I suck.
Actually,
Yeah.
wasn't I supposed to be using this as? Isn't quarterstaff a versatile weapon?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I have been using it as the two-handed version
Yeah, for sure.
in this case?
For sure.
So why was it 1d6 minus 1 instead of the 1d8 for the two-handed?
Because if you go to your sheet and your actions, you'll see that the quarterstaff
Oh, there's a button. Okay,
There's a
I found it.
button. There's a
Yep,
goddamn
I didn't have the button
button.
selected.
But
And
here's
DM?
the problem. Even though you have a slightly worse chance of rolling a 1 on a 1d8, 1 minus 1 is 0 whether it's on a 1d6 or a 1d8. So
Yep. No, I was just curious why it wasn't working. Or
Right.
I didn't see it.
Right. No,
Thank you.
I'm just making sure that it's clear that you didn't get totally screwed there. I mean, a little bit just because the probability of rolling a 1 on a 1d8 is slightly worse. So if you really want to just re-roll the damage. I hate
Oh, really?
I hate when the odds are not right. So, I'm very retentive about that.
Well, thank you, DM. You're very nice.
No, I'm not. I'm just OCD about numbers.
Okay.
Don't confuse the two. So you knock his head and like break his neck to the side, but like he's still okay, but you can tell like not totally okay. He can't take any reactions now. He can't attack you if you move out of his space.
And
right.
DM?
Yes.
If I may, could I exchange Druidcraft for a Magic Stone cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Lucy, are you
Okay.
doing anything other than just staying out of the cave?
I don't know. I don't know how this works. Is there something I can do outside of the cave, or are we just hanging out? There's nothing else I can do.
You can poke your head in and figure out what's going on if you wish.
Okay.
Yeah, you can like shout to Scout and Pesci and be like, "How's it going in there, guys?"
Okay. How's it going, guys? Anything we can do?
Doing good. Just taking out the trash.
Much appreciated.
So
They seem
far,
to be
so
wanting
good.
to get to get my signature. They keep on running up to me. I don't know why.
It's that
I
Bardic
know
comedian.
you're a guy.
If you wish to come down and help me with this, I can't. I don't know if I can handle this many signatures. I'm sure they won't know the difference between your signature and mine.
That's okay. I think I'll stay here. Unless my perception, stealth, or survival skills can be of use.
Out of character, you may like at this point. They don't really have coverage of us, so you could potentially stick your head in and at least cover. Like we may
Okay.
be able to take out 3 or 4 of them,
So
and
come
may be
in
able to
like
trick them more to come
5
in.
feet? 5 feet?
And DM,
Okay, so I'm gonna move in 5 feet to kind of cover. Yes?
Okay.
Is that? I don't know. I don't know how this works. So
Yeah, no, you can totally move in 5 feet.
okay.
There you go.
And you can
Okay.
And
also
DM?
do what we were doing and just ready an action with your.
And you can shoot the one who is stable, Draugr 8 there, right on top.
Okay. How would I do that? I target.
Click on your token to make sure that you're selected, and then
I'm
control left click on Draugr 8.
Okay. I do not have my. People help me move it so I can see job right. What are you doing? I'm right there.
right here.
I need to move the map up. Sorry, guys. I
In
can't
the
see
lower right hand corner of the map, you've got the little golden thing with the
Yeah,
4
I just-
directions. That's how you move the map.
Yeah, I'm terrible at controlling it. I don't see jogger 8. Can I see jogger 8?
Right below Scout.
Just exit out of that map and open it up again.
It's hidden underneath the blood, so if
Oh,
you move your mouth over the blood, you'll find them.
okay, so I target the blood. Hold on, Gable's helping me.
You'll be able to find Draugr 8. Little icons show up when you
There,
go over to.
I targeted him for you. He's targeted now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
What am I sending?
Now you're going to roll your attack roll with your longbow. You just normally how you either click it or drag it over, whichever you prefer.
Okay. Gable was mine. Which one is it?
It's in
Over here?
actions. Actions. And longbow.
Okay. I have a really hard time seeing the tabs.
Hit and the damage. That's
Yep,
the
and
one.
then the damage right next to it. Quickly coming in to her allies' aid, Lucy steps into the cave and lets loose an arrow flying over Pesci's head and around Scout to strike the Draugr right in the head that had already been broken by Pesci, and it just like splatters the brains everywhere, and he's just dropping to the ground dead.
It's really
DM?
bloody in here.
DM,
Yes.
I need help finding the spell magic stone because it's an elemental evil.
If it's not in there for right now, then you know,
I'll wait.
yeah. So if you've loaded all of the modules and it's not showing up, then you're gonna have to wait until I get that one.
Okay.
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 All right.
Oh, I need to end my turn?
Yes, please.
Bravo, Lucy. Encore.
I did something.
All right. Draugr 1. Oh man, I get all the way up to you guys.
Not good.
Good little boy.
And I attack Scout.
Poor Scout.
He's the larger target. It's not, anything other than just he's bigger. Oh wait, no, Pesci's alive.
But Scout is bigger.
Scout is bigger, Pesci's alive.
Just throw Pesci up in the air. He'll be safe.
Oof.
Oh, no matter what, you get knocked out.
We need a healer.
Yeah. So you are unconscious as the Draugr hits you so hard it knocks you out.
That wasn't very good of you. Now I'm really going to have to hurt you.
The good news is most of these Draugr are in their positions, and that's about as smart as they can be, is stay here until you see something to make you do otherwise, and since that ain't happening.
Hey, big guy, do you want to get into the fight?
Where are they?
Not really.
And you call
Okay.
yourself a
You
bugbear.
stay out there. I'll take care of everything myself.
He's like Hulk in the Avengers after fighting Thanos. Oh no, I can't do it.
The night is getting long, big guy. It's okay.
Oh no. Computer not charging.
But yeah, so Zarash, do you just stay? Oh, you ended your turn. You just stay out of the cave.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I just needed to verify. That's all.
That's okay. I'll cover you guys best I can.
Oh no, you missed. You haven't trained with a quarterstaff.
So unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
Oh no. How's Pesci doing?
He's unconscious.
Oh great.
So
Nail
there's
was level
that.
3 and had 2 attacks.
We need Katla in here.
Okay, so Katla will come in to drag Pesci out.
How about some healing spells?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a healing spell that she's got, doesn't she? Yeah, hold on.
I don't see a healing spell.
No, Katla is a wizard,
Oh,
not
she doesn't do
Katla's a
healing?
wizard.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
so
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So do I have the motion? Do I have the movement to be able to get Pesci out?
Yes.
Okay. So I got that.
So it's a Lodi we need inside.
Mm-hmm.
you need me for the healing.
Oh, you for the healing? I thought a
Well,
Lodi.
I think
No,
Elodie does
you-
actually have a healing spell.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
And then is that Katla's turn?
Yeah.
Gorakul?
Gorakul is going to heal Pesci with his remaining slot. Where is he? Oh, right.
There you go. All right, Pesci, you're back up on your feet.
Hooray!
Elodie, could you please help Scout in fending off the physical Draug?
I guess.
She has literally the fewest hit points out of anyone.
Your certainty is amazing.
She's in Cleveland. What can you say?
I'm really.
So what do you want to do?
Spell?
She can cast that range, and that way
Cast
at least get one of those guys off of Scout.
Like very side.
Mm.
I feel like.
Sugar 4 is not feeling so good.
Yeah, go
Oh
for
yeah, he should be prone. He was knocked to the ground. How is that
That's
possible?
disadvantage.
Oh yeah, that was disadvantage. You should be attacking. What? It's disadvantage with ranged attacks against a prone creature? Yeah, that's right.
That's stupid.
Well, it's like getting down on the ground to avoid getting hit by an archer, you know.
Okay, so was there another thing that she could have attacked that was not prone? That maybe she would have known that and maybe would have targeted something else?
Draugr 1 right next to him.
Okay.
No, 19. As your icy cold ray strikes the Draugr, it doesn't seem to have as much of an effect. He walks right through it. It's no fault of the icy ray. You just rolled minimum damage. It's just the RNG. Nothing to be done about it. I stand up from prone and attack Scout. But I have a -2 because you bashed my head in. And I miss.
Okay. So I'm gonna aim at 6.
Oh,
Striker 6.
no, 4. It's 4, not 6.
4 or 1, whichever one you want to shoot at.
Oh, it's 1.
1 is the one with more health. He's almost fully healthy. 4 is badly damaged. Scout had bashed his head in, but he stood back up because he's an undead.
So he's stood up, so I should be able to knock him out this time without.
Yeah, it's no worries about the disadvantage for being prone because he's no longer prone.
Okay, did I target him? Successful.
Nope.
Do I?
Just click your character.
Sorry.
Just click your
I
character
clicked my character.
and shift
Control,
control.
left click on Draugr 4.
Click your character again.
Sorry, hold on.
There you go.
Okay. And then longbow.
Yep. Your weapon of choice.
It is. And then damage. Whoa.
Boom! You once again splatter the Draugr's brains across the cavern walls, and he's no longer undead. He's just regular dead.
So now you and Elodie retreat, I imagine.
I can't retreat yet, right?
Sure, sure.
Okay. Then I'll retreat
With Elodie.
with Elodie. Okay, how do I do that? Just move?
Just
You
move.
just grab her and move 15 feet out of the cave. Yeah.
Okay. Did I move 15 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, this is making me very hungry, all this blood.
Little blood
Wow.
stew.
Draug
Yeah.
are mysteriously juicy. Click.
Didn't I click it? No. Forgot.
There you
Sorry,
go.
guys.
No worries.
Yep.
All
You're
right.
getting.
Yeah. Got it.
I can no longer target Pesci, so I will target Scout now.
I hide in the shadows.
Yeah, but we'll use your same roll from before. Oh man. I am not a very good warrior. I was in life. In life I was a feared Viking, but now no.
We're thankful.
Skills diminish in death.
Nothing certain but death and taxes.
Zarash, do you do anything other than stay out of the cave?
No, I'm a stubborn character that made a decision, so I'm sticking with that decision.
Oh, for sure.
Such a curmudgeon.
Yeah, it's what happens.
And this time you can use your bardic inspiration to attack Scout.
Go Scout. What happened?
Yeah, would you like to
Alright,
use your bardic
so-
inspiration?
Yes, sir.
All right, so give me 1 second.
What?
Yes, there you go. 1d6.
What did you say?
All right. So, there you go.
Here we are. An
That
unnatural
is a
18
hit.
works for me.
Yeah, that is a
Oh,
hit.
sorry. I need to take off the sneak attack because I don't have anybody next to me.
Yeah. No sneak attack for you. But the bludgeoning damage should be sufficient. These guys are not invincible.
There we go. Got it repaired again. And we're out.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a -1 to your strength. That's why.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, he doesn't love it, but he's tougher than that.
Break the keyboard.
Still not used to the staff yet. Have to
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah. Much easier to stab somebody than it is to bash him. Do you do
It's
anything
okay.
else with your turn?
I'll take care of everything for you. I'll do your job for you. I gotcha.
Well, hey.
Pesky.
So I'm out of the
Yeah,
tunnel, right?
they dragged you out of the tunnel and resurrected you.
Oh, that's great. Let's see.
Story to tell.
What can I do from here? I could step in and shoot, I guess.
Yeah, or you could charge all the way in and bash him with your quarterstaff. Or you could
Yeah.
viciously mock him and tell him how much he sucks now that he's dead.
I think that's more your style.
Yeah, vicious
Yep.
mockery.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. Plus, it'll give him disadvantage to attack his next attack.
Yeah.
So let's see. I target him if it lets me target him.
Oh, nope.
Yes, there we go.
No, that's Jogger 6. That's not who you want to target.
Target.
How are
1.
you even targeting that guy?
I have no idea.
Yeah. What
There we
was
go.
that?
Okay.
That was weird. Okay.
Let's see. Sure, I say I use vicious mockery on him. I don't know why it's a D20, but I say something about him completely whiffing it when he tried to hit me.
Yeah, and he like looks at you and like he looks like he's about to cry, but he doesn't have any tear ducts.
That's good. And then I leave.
All
And
right.
don't forget about the damage.
Oh, yeah. Damage. Where's the damage?
And
It's
the
rolling
effect. And the effect, because that's important. Yeah. Oh man,
Hooray.
he's heavily wounded. Like I said, he looks like he's about to cry. Like literally, you bullied this poor undead into tears.
How dare you try to impinge on my bardic immunity?
In the arms of your lady.
So, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. Can I move any further? Can I get back out of the cave?
Yeah, you're out of the cave. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's my turn.
All right. You guys are like right at the entrance of the cave. I mean, not Zarash and all of you guys could have moved further away. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is the entrance to the cave. So it's possible to just like pop in and pop out.
So should Katla be popping in?
What spells does Katla have?
Let's see. Katla has. Cool. Okay. I guess she could throw a firebolt. Yeah.
For sure.
That means I'd have to put that into my spell slot. How's that work?
All right. So first target.
Okay.
And Firebolt is a cantrip.
All right.
You don't have to.
Now that you have the target, click on the magnifying glass next to the dragon head by Firebolt there.
Yep.
And where it says ranged 4,
Yep.
that's the first one you're going to need to do.
Okay.
Beautiful roll.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's a critical hit. And you also gain combat advantage against all enemies on the battlefield until the end of your next turn, which really stinks because there's really nobody else that's coming around, but cool. All right. So now do the 1d10 fire.
Yep.
And extra large firebolt comes roaring out of Katla's hand and burns the Draugr to the ground. It is little more than ashes and bones, and a shield and a sword and a helmet just lying on the ground. And
Excellent.
and that is pretty much combat if you guys don't go any further into the cave.
Oh no, I'm not done with these guys yet.
No,
They
no.
drop him happy.
Garkul sort of hesitates, like Scout is already on a blood path and such, but he doesn't. But he knows that we're unequipped and says, "All right, Scout, that's enough. We dealt with the majority of them. All we can do now is to retreat and get some better materials."
Yep, he's going in,
Oh
no
dear.
matter what he rolled.
Stealth mode activate.
Well, we could try to pull if we could set up like we did before, or where Scout and I were doing. This could work. I don't know. The issue is if we're also dealing with all the archers on top of the melee attackers. I think that was our problem last time.
So Zareth, would argue that Pesci's absolutely right. There's no reason for Scout to go forward, and it's suicide for him to do so. Katla, I would say, is probably a little bit more inclined to go back in, just based on character design so far.
Well, what if we set up at that choke point and we convince them to come greet us in melee?
Yeah, all right. So I don't normally do this, but as Katla is not here, Katla is going to mention that they did seem vulnerable to the damage from the quarterstaves, and Zarash hits a lot harder than Scout. And so if they had Zarash and Scout set up at the choke point to be able to smash the Draugr when they come running, um, then they can have Gorakul right behind them to heal. And the ranged attackers, i.e., Elodie, Katla, and Lucy, can run forward and quick shoot everybody, retreat, and hopefully that will draw the Draugr into your trap, and then they retreat behind you and cover you with fire as the Draugr come in, and afterwards, if there's any wounded stragglers, finish them off. Meanwhile, Pesci will be in the back row just handing out disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah, and I would say that yes, that's an I don't want to say obvious thing to say because I think that's very evident, but um, so the condition for Zareth's initial objections were set, and now you're making a series of suggestions that you know um, if Zareth had heard them an hour and a half ago, he might have had a different reaction.
Right.
So we're at a stop point here in Cleveland,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
it's yet another character. So we've got, and next Sunday is going to be a conflict for us for a variety of scheduling questions. So
Gotcha.
may I suggest that Zareth will consider that argument by Katla, and we will re-engage in that 2 weeks from now. How's that sound?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Scout, is it your intention to proceed forward with or without any backup right now?
Oh, he will. He's going to continue on whether they come to aid or not.
Okay.
no.
So, yeah, you guys are free to jump off whenever you need to. Then I'm going to continue on with Scout and anyone else who wants to stick around and either see what happens or participate in that. And then, like he
Certainly
said,
participating.
yeah, I get it. And then, like he said, they will, go and contemplate their decisions and what to do and possibly pick up in a week or 2 weeks. So anyway, Gorakul, you enter the cave. Again, you can see what you see. You see Scout sneaking up ahead there. Um, and you are checking your. Oh, you're out of spell slots? Ouch. So yeah, you're out of spell slots. You might want to take a short rest quick, eh?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing as scouts.
Yeah. All right. So as scouts, you're short resting. I don't wait. Does that even give you your slots back as a druid? I don't think it does.
No.
Yeah, no, it
The
doesn't. So,
long rests are for the spell slots.
so yeah. Unfortunately, you're kind of up a creek as far as your spell slots go. So you're just relying on your quarterstaff to keep you safe. So you might want to ready an attack, or I don't know.
If I'm honest, if I had the magic stone cantrip, that would be good.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Well, like you said, I guess I don't have it.
I don't see the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything either.
I have Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. I have Magic Stone. It's right here. You just don't have it loaded.
I don't see it in the loading thing.
So,
Yeah, it's actually not showing in the loading screen for Tasha's Cauldron.
Really?
Oh wait,
I
I see it.
because I only have 3 pages of stuff, and there's Tasha's Cauldron on page 2. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything for the players is there.
DM, my mom has a question.
so
Yes.
I'm also running out of time. I have
Yes.
to be done at 3.
Yeah.
So,
So me and
So do
Scout
you-
can be.
no,
What?
because
Let her speak. What?
I'm just concerned that with me having to leave and Joy and Andrea already having to leave, that
Yeah, no, it's okay. Everybody was hanging back anyway, so Scout was going to take this opportunity to move ahead a little bit anyways. So if everybody has to leave, he's just going to scout ahead and, whatever happens, happens.
His intention isn't to start a fight that he can't win. If he has to, he'll retreat back and then bring the party into the fight.
okay. Sounds good.
Yep, no worries. All right, Gora, cool. So are you going to ready in action, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to ready the magic stones as soon as I find it.
It's in your sheet. I already added it.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna ready some magic stones and sort of pick up some pebbles and imbue them with the magic of the stars.
Yes.
Just sort of trying to position myself so I don't get hit by a drog arrow.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete everybody else from the combat tracker so that they're not beeping and buzzing. And Pesci, what was your disposition there? I'm sorry. Did you need to get going as well?
I have a little bit more time, but not much.
Okay.
I can maybe do a round or two.
Okay. So yeah, whatever you want to do, I'll leave you on the combat tracker so that you still get your turn if you want it. All right, Gora, cool.
Okay.
You can go ahead and end your turn. All right, Draugr 6 doesn't do anything. Most of these guys don't do anything because Scout is so stealthy that we just can't see him, and our life sense doesn't work on him because he's not technically alive. I mean, technically you are alive, but not in a way that our life sensors pick up.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique creature. Ooh, they really do have some good positionings.
Yeah, yeah.
This might be a little
But can I
harder than I
get
thought.
how they're positioning his minions?
All right. I will sneak in.
Go ahead and roll that, yeah.
And
That's pretty stealthy.
I will. That is the wrong character. Come on, stop picking other people. Stop. Okay, great. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to stay close to the wall. I'm just going to move 15 here so I can poke my head in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay in cover as I am slowly trying to make my way in a little bit. Wait, is this a hill that I can scamper up?
Yes.
I'm going to try to scamper up it.
Okay. Roll athletics.
Ooh. Let's see.
Oh man. For the first time in your life, you are as athletic as they come, and you scamper up the hill.
And Gorakul is just sort of looking around the corner and saying, "All right."
All right. I'm moving very slowly here. I think that's the most my movement can do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I am going to, I guess, should I go prone? Would that help with my stealth at all?
Well, technically your stealth is already rolled, so like it's not going to help with your stealth. If they were to see you, it would help with their ranged attacks against you, but yeah.
All right, let's do that then. Because I know they do ranged attacks. Where's
They
the
do.
prone button?
You just tell me that you're going prone, and then I'll apply it to you. You just boom.
I will go prone,
There
and
you
that will
go.
be my turn.
All right. All of the Draugr remain oblivious to anyone's presence right now. Gorakul, you just skipped your turn?
Right. I'm
As I'm
trying.
waiting,
Oh, you're waiting? Okay. Got you.
All right. Let's see here. He will move right there. Yeah. Don't want to alarm them, so that will be his movement.
Okay. I'm going to slowly and stealthily crawl up here. And oof, yeah, those were some good positions. Do I see the fragment anywhere?
No.
Do I see any light emanating from anywhere?
No.
Oof. How much more range do I have? Do I have another 5 feet that I can move?
Yes.
All right. I will move my 5 feet over here, still staying prone, still being stealthy, and I don't know, scout. If I can make eye contact with you or anything, I pantomime some locations that I saw them, and I give you bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
And I am done. I guess I could have done a double move. Oh well.
Don't feel bad. I'll probably be done with this stupid stunt I'm pulling now.
Oh yeah, I forgot to describe how Pesci is army crawling his way across the arc. Gorakul
Gorakul
gets stealthy.
is going to slither like a snake. Like a slither snake.
A slithery
Does
snake.
Garcool have dark vision?
No.
Uh-oh. Then you can't see in here without a light source.
Well, he's going to be like feeling the walls and sort of sneaking.
Sure. I'll let you feel along the walls and move in bit by bit without a light source.
Yep. It's going to sort of
Oh, no, not that far.
Where? How far?
Half. Oh, a double move would be that far. Okay. So if you double move and don't do anything else with your turn, that's how far you can make it.
He is going to continue to sneak up on Druger
There
9.
is the crystal I could use as a light source.
Damn, I can't open that one to have it work, but oh well.
Okay. I'm gonna army crawl a little bit more and try to get a better viewing position on this ledge here. And Scout, is your intention to try to sneak up on this one Draugr and take him out from behind?
He's not answering you.
I'm not saying anything out loud, but I'm trying to perceive your intention.
You'd have to roll an insight, and then he can tell you whatever info he feels is appropriate.
Okay. So 19
it
insight.
looks like he's going after this Draugr on the ledge up here. And it looks
Okay.
like he's going to try to do it as quietly as possible because he's most likely not wanting to get dropped by a bunch of archers.
Okay. So you're basically you're staying low, you have your weapon out, you're keeping an eye on him, and you're trying to get up there. Okay. So Pesci will then ready an action. So either the action could be I could create a distraction potentially for when you're about to hit, so that way whatever noise you make might not be as obvious. Or I could prepare in case you get seen to also be able to also attack. At this time, I think that DM, can I just say I'm going to go on hold until Scout makes his move or until they make their move?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Although Garakul, I don't know if taking out the light source will help because that will draw attention to yourself.
Correct.
And we're trying to stay stealthy.
Maybe Garakul is the distraction.
He could be a distraction.
Shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha.
Well, I mean, I do have decent coverage of, let's see, minor illusion 30. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I could make noise around the corner a little bit.
All right. Scout is going to hopefully successfully attempt something that's not going to be very easy for him.
Well, you do have the Bardic Inspiration, don't forget.
There's 15.
Are you
I'm
going to
gonna
try to pole vault up on top of that cliff?
I'm going to try. He's not very good at that, but he will try. Ooh, he is pretty good at it today.
Okay, but
And
there's a Draugr right there, so you're going to have to go right there.
Damn it. That went south on me quick.
Yeah.
But you get a chance to attack it really quick.
I was only hoping that there was one up here.
Oh, there's multiple.
All right. Since I know that 9 is visible to everybody because they were visible to me on my approach, he's the one I'm going to sneak attack.
That's 5. That's the other one.
Yeah, 9 is the one that everybody can see.
Oh, I got you. So you're going to sneak attack the other
5
one?
is the one that nobody saw, including me, until I got up here.
Right.
So I'm going to sneak attack 5.
Gotcha.
And hopefully do fairly well. There we go.
You didn't do bad. Oh, but I am still standing.
That's very unfortunate.
Didn't you get your sneak attack bonus?
Yes.
That was with it.
You only have a
Oh.
D4 sneak attack?
Yes. Until I get into higher levels, yes.
Okay. That's okay. Thought it was D6.
That's at third level or fourth level. I can't remember which, but
All right, so now
Um,
we're all aware of you.
yeah.
I'm going to
unfortunately.
make a distraction because I said that I was going to go hold
Yeah.
until.
Yeah, you held until he made his move, correct?
So
Oh, you know what,
I'm.
Dan? He's right. It's not a 1d4.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
He rolled a 1d4 though.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Roll a
asking.
d6 real quick. All right.
So
So he should take 8 more damage.
and I'll get that corrected on my character sheet right now.
Yes, please. 8 more damage means that he is actually dead.
Okay. So at the same time he does that, I'm going to make a minor illusion of an argument between two people. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I guess right underneath Draugr 7. Because I think that's the furthest that my range is for that.
Yeah.
And now I want to draw all their attention away from Scout to that point.
Yeah. All right. And so I am going to roll perception to see what I do. Oh man, I am totally not fooled by your stupid illusion. I'm way more interested in Scout doing Ninja Turtle moves over here. Oh, and you're not even out of my range? Sweet. But you are out of my range as far as skill.
Okay. I could see Draugr 9, correct?
Yes.
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Ooh, he is just within range of my biting wit.
Nice.
But if I use no, Vicious Mockery does not require is not a concentration. It's just instantaneous. But Minor Illusion requires concentration.
Right.
So I'm going to maintain my concentration on that Minor Illusion because hopefully the other two will be distracted by it.
Right.
And I'm just going to actually, I don't really know what I would do. Do I need to say anything, or can I just gesture
No, yeah, you
angrily
do.
at the guy?
No. Hey, you do need to viciously mock him.
All right. Can I do so quietly, like mumbling under my breath?
No, it will draw attention. Yeah.
Ugh.
But if it makes you feel any better, that's 2 distractions. So there's only a 1 out of 3 chance that they focus on Scout.
Okay. All right. So as I'm maintaining focus on that rather loud, obnoxious argument underneath Draugr 7, and because I am prone, so hopefully they won't hit me, I will tell Draugr 9 that he is no match for my robot friend.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, that's not good.
So they do crit failure. Nice.
Yeah. You basically reduce him to a quivering puddle of jelly. Oh, and almost max damage. Oh, it hurts. Oh, I don't even think I can attack all that well anymore.
And then I will try to hide myself a little bit better by kind of edging away a little bit from the spot that I viciously mocked people from, so that it's not as obvious that it was me. So I will try to hide myself behind.
Well, you can't take the hide action, but you can.
No, but I can move. I can try to move out of line of sight.
You can try to move, right?
Yeah. So I'm still prone, so I will army crawl over here. Do I still have any additional movement?
5 more feet.
All right, I will get behind better cover.
Indeed.
And then I will end my turn.
All right.
I'm helping you.
Yeah. All right, so I totally can't see where this argument's coming from, but I saw you do that, and I can still see you. I have like a little corner to you. It's crazy. So I'm only going to have a 50-50 chance of targeting Scout.
I hope you shoot your friend.
Oh man, I totally am focused on Scout.
I'm on 1.
No, 19. Oh, it's a heavy wound, but your robot body shrugs off the system shock. It's like, I'm tough. Goracool.
Goracool, seeing this all happen, sort of hears all this, is going to try and move over to the stealth over to the near the cover of this rock.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to pull out his crystal to illuminate the situation, and then use his stone.
Okay. I hope you're using it on Draugr number 2. Why number 9? Scout can take care of number 9. Oh, because number 9
Nine
still
also has
gets a turn.
disadvantage.
Yeah, and he has disadvantage on his attack. You should take out number 2 before he attacks again.
Yeah.
Get him. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Nice.
man, you wound him heavily, but he's still like okay, but yeah. You knock his
Imagine
helmet off.
what does the stone light look like while it's flying through the air?
It looks like a comet flying through the air, of course.
Of course.
All right, Draugr number 6 sees all of this. He's like, "Hey, you guys aren't bears on unicycles." And so he goes to shoot Goracool, but Goracool has cover from the rock, and so there's a -2 to this attack.
Not distracted by my commotion at all. No one's distracted.
I forgot to roll. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, actually, I'm totally distracted. The argument right over here is what has my attention, and so I'm like trying to aim and find what's going on over there. All right, this guy has the worst chance of all. He can barely see anybody, and the argument is happening right underneath him. Oh man, he jumps down to attack whoever's down there and is just looking around like a big dumb dummy. I'm going to attack you, but I do have
Not in,
disadvantage, so.
it's not in his best interest to. He should just run in fear.
That would have been a crit.
Right.
Oh my god.
That mockery was very helpful.
I would have critted him, but you ripped into me so bad that like it crushed my soul and forced me to miss.
Telling you, bardic immunity.
Very nice. Except for that one time. It didn't work.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step to the side to avoid some more arrows, which appears to provide me more arrows. And I'm going to hit him without sneak attack this time.
He's at disadvantage. Or, no, he doesn't have disadvantage anymore,
No,
does he?
no. He's plus
But I will,
it's only when you have advantage on the attack. So
and I
Yeah.
will also use bardic inspiration to attack him. Let me know when you're ready, DM.
oh yeah, one momento. Go for it.
All right. Thank God. Bardic immunity.
Oh, you forgot to target.
Target. I can live with that. That roll sucked.
I think that hits though. Let me check. Oh nope, that misses.
Then let's just go with that since I failed to target
Yep,
as a miss.
yep. Unfortunately. All right, Draugr 3. What can you see? You see not much. You can kind of see Scout, but he's blocked by your ally. But you have to roll your perception. What is up with these guys just like being totally distracted by this argument? So he's like aiming around by Draugr 7, like, what's going on? What's down there? Pesky.
How far is this? 65? Okay. She takes a army crawl of 5 feet forward. Ooh. Okay. um, Still targeting that Draugr. I will again tell him he should have worn brown pants today. And apparently that failed this time around. So what else can I do now? That was my action. I don't have any more bonus actions. I don't see Scout. So I'm gonna army crawl back. That's 10. I'm gonna army crawl to this edge. Is there like cover because Draugr 7's underneath me, so he shouldn't be able to see me, right? Can
Right.
Draugr 3 see me?
Draugr 3 can see you, yes.
But I'm prone, so he's gonna have a hard time hitting me.
Right.
and I'm a small target.
Right.
Okay. I think that I'm relatively confident that I won't be targeted here. Okay, I already spent my action, so I am done.
All right, Draugr 2 is going to try to shoot at Gorakul for throwing a rock at him.
But is he distracted by the argument?
No. He got a rock thrown at him.
That rock could have come from the argument.
Yeah, right. But he does take a -2 for the cover. Oh. He misses. And so he charges you, drops his bow, and grabs his short sword.
Goraku is sort of shocked at this, but thinks because to his long rest, he's able to breathe fire once again.
Even though I take half damage, I'm still heavily burnt as your fire surrounds me. Your fire resembles the tail of a comet.
Indeed.
I'm still distracted by your argument.
Draugr 7 should be very confused by my argument. Yes.
I am going to hit you.
Oof.
Oops.
Oof.
I did the short bow, not the short sword, but it's the same damage, so.
Oof.
Scout goes down with a grinding motion sound.
I wish I could use.
At least you succeeded on your death save this time. Draugr 3. I am going to focus on Pesky. Oh, geez. I try to hit you, but you're small and prone and hard to hit.
Okay. So he dropped a short bow from that? Okay.
No, he didn't drop his short bow. There's no crit fumble failures like that.
All right, I'm going to see if I can get vision of a scout and move up a little bit. I still can't see him. Is he just like above this cliff or something? Like where can I go to see him?
He's above the cliff, and I keep trying to open it so that you guys can see, but this one isn't letting me open it for whatever reason.
So I really can't see him.
Yeah, you just really can't see him, I guess. He's right below
Crap.
Draugr number 9.
All right.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I didn't. Yeah, don't feel bad. I didn't see that one Draugr next to 9, so till I got up there.
Yeah. All right. So if I can't target him, then I think we're gonna have to get out of here. I don't know if I suspect you will be okay because you're not considered alive, but I don't know what they're gonna do to you exactly. And I'm not gonna be. I can't hide myself from 3.
I mean, you could
So-
help try and distract the one that is attacking Gorakul.
Yes, I am thinking of that. However, I'm also thinking what would be the most help for all of us here. Because the most hope will be if I could get Scout back up on his feet. But if I can't see him, then that's not going to be useful. So if there's not a position that I can go to be able to healing word him, then DM, I think that I'm just going to.
Hold on. Can you see him now?
No.
I keep trying to fix this. There you go.
Now I can see him.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm targeting Scout, I will healing word him. It's my last level 1 spell slot. This game, this RNG is not helpful.
Yeah.
Look, that is better than nothing.
Do you still get your action
Yes.
or no? Okay, so you get your action. Draugr 2 is going to go before Cool, so I'm going to try to help him out. Nope. Okay. And I'm going to mock him viciously.
Oh man, he is so mocked.
I tell him his shoes are untied.
He looks down. Oh, we don't even have shoelaces.
Yep, because he's stupid. All right, that's my turn.
All right, so I do indeed try to attack Gorakul, but now it's at disadvantage. And I miss.
Gorakul sort of sees this and he's going to use his. He's going to use his quarterstaff.
Yeah, good choice.
DM, does Scout get his turn?
Uh, don't worry.
At the top of the top of the
No,
ramp.
I have a thing for just.
Okay,
And
cool.
Gorakul with a says, "I had enough of you undead."
And he smashes the Draugr. He had already knocked his helmet off with the magic stone, and he knocks his skull in with the quarterstaff now.
And Gorakul says, "The stars have already forgotten you."
Do you move? No? Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm going to move.
Okay.
Just how did Scout get up there?
He pole vaulted off of his quarterstaff.
You could also just get into better cover from the other guys. I don't know how much longer my argument is going to be effective for these.
Right. All right. So Draugr number 6 here. Is still distracted. Draugr number 7 is no longer distracted, and he charges up the stairs and to Gorakul, but cannot attack. Draugr number 9 goes to attack Scout, thinking that he is dying and he's going to coup de grace him, but Scout brings his quarterstaff up and parries his attack and attacks him instead.
Can work with that. With sneak or without?
With sneak. Because he didn't realize that you were a threat.
Yeah, not with that, I ain't.
Oh, man. All right. Well, either way, he doesn't get his attack, so.
Laying prone, I couldn't get it.
Yep. It just wasn't there. But you kip up to your feet and can now make a regular ass attack. Why did it have to tease you by almost going to the 19?
It was 19. Oh, that was so painful to watch. Well,
Dude, this RNG, man.
It
still
don't like
is
you.
against us.
It does not like you.
No, it's
Because
not in
these
the favor
guys
of
are
the
either
player.
missing us or just critting us, and we're just getting whiffs, nothing but whiffs.
Oh man, I'm like, where'd you go? The argument is there's still somebody down there.
All right. I'm still prone.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This guy had already been targeting you. I just target you again. I missed that. It's at disadvantage, so. Oh, I hit! Yay! You take a little bit of damage as the arrow bounces off of your armor. What little armor you have.
Okay. Is this outcropping? I'm sorry, don't move me yet. Is this outcropping that is right at the end here above the steps? Is that like, can I get behind that to get cover from 3?
The outcropping behind the steps.
So just past the steps. So at the bottom of this arch.
Uh-huh. No, that's just a cliff. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm trying to get cover from 3. So I want to move into a location where I can get better cover.
Behind that big pillar of a rock.
I don't think I
two-
can make it to there.
Yeah, I don't think you can either. I'm just saying there's 2 pillars that like are pretty good cover.
Okay. I can't make it there this turn though. So I want to get into the best cover I can get to.
I don't think you can get into cover this turn.
Can I get behind this arch?
Not like really, but kind of, yeah.
Will that give me better cover from 3?
Possibly.
All right, let's try that.
I mean, like I said, you can tell you're not really like behind it where like it's solid cover.
Yeah, but if it can at least give him like a -1 to hit me or something, it's better than nothing.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just letting you know that it's definitely not like, oh, I'm
All right.
safe now.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, I'm gonna try to duck behind this thing as best I can and get as much cover. I'm still prone, doing everything I can possibly do to maximize everything.
Yep.
So who needs help more here? Is this Garakul or is it Scout that I need to help?
Scout has no health, but I don't think there's anything you can do about that.
You could
Gorakul, both of them are going to be attacked before the end of the next turn, so.
Yeah. So I'm considering who I should throw my sling my insults at. I don't know. Could I? Shoot. Well, okay. I'm gonna have faith in Garakul for taking care of this last Draugr because he seems to be doing a good job, and I'm going to try to insult this guy again.
I think he kind of just insulted you there, Scout.
Ugh.
Well,
Well, it
He's
doesn't
not-
matter. He's apparently completely ignoring everything I tell him. So
Yeah.
that's my entire turn.
You already hurt his feelings once. He's not going to give you that power anymore. Yeah, whoa, the one next to you, Gorakul.
well, my ultimate plan of, taking them out quietly failed me, so.
Yeah. Gorakul, don't ignore the one next to you. If you try to attack 9, he's going to attack you. Yeah.
There you go. Definitely attack 7.
There you go. Quarterstaff him up.
I also have a mace.
All right, mace is even better.
Does a heck of a lot more damage.
Oh, no, it does the same damage. You should be using your quarterstaff two-handed for the D8 damage. So now roll your quarterstaff's D8 damage instead. There you go. Instant death.
So,
You just crushed that one. All right, so I lied. Gorakul won't be getting attacked.
it was only a flesh wound.
Somehow I am still more interested in this argument than in what's going on over here.
Oh man, that guy's still distracted. Sorry, I had to step away for a moment.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I'll take it.
The save is
Yes.
getting easier and
Oh.
easier.
Oh, dang it.
Oh man, take that, you robot.
Ah. I'll just lay here again.
Okay, that's bad.
Hey, there you go. It's not so bad. All right, Pesky. I see you, but this is gonna be hard. Make sure it's not out of my range. Oh, yeah. No, nothing doing.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to attack the Draugr.
Yeah.
I can't do a attacking with a bow from a position of prone is disadvantaged. So can I
Yeah.
stand up, attack, and then get back into prone?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So I'm going to drop my quarterstaff.
Yep.
I'm going to target Draugr 9. Attack with my short bow.
No, 19.
And then full damage.
Blow it up, just the same.
And then I get back into prone.
All right.
There we
So
go.
he is dying. You splatter his brains across the cave walls.
Good shot.
I was trying to make you look good.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to look
Hopefully.
really good. I've got blood everywhere all over me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you drop prone.
Yeah, I drop back into prone. And then I end my turn.
Gorakul, sort of seeing Scout in a mess, is going to try and pole vault to him.
Athletics.
Well, can you, before you do that, you're still being fired upon by these Draugrs.
Well, technically you are.
Oh, that is true. I don't know how much Garakul cares about that then.
Can I use acrobatics?
Yes. All right. You leap onto the cliff by Scout.
And I'm going to try and do a medicine check.
Medicine. Blue Scout needs medicine. All right. So he is stabilized.
I sort of like look into the sort of like the inner workings of this Warforged and sort of like use a little sort of see some of are not sort of creaking all the way and sort of like fix that.
Yeah. And now Draugr number 6. Is finally not distracted and fires an arrow at you. However, it's at -2 because you have the high ground. Still hits.
Wasn't he also prone?
I'm also prone, so it should have been disadvantage.
Gorakul.
Oh, Gorakul.
Gorakul is heavily damaged as an arrow strikes him in the shoulder.
Kinda prone. He's small.
Scout is unconscious but stable. Draugr 3 fires at Peshki again. No.
Okay. I stand up from being prone. I'm going to target Draugr 3 because he's firing at me. And I'm going to shoot him. Oof.
No.
And then I drop back into prone.
Okay. There you go. Gorakul.
So Gorakul, sort of feeling the arrow in his shoulder, says, well, Bloody hell to you too!
Gonna magic stone that fool. Aww. The
After that,
RNG just
he's
is.
going to cover.
Out of character, I would highly recommend you like find a place other than where you're standing.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
If you
what
can
I'm
get
doing.
behind cover and go into prone.
That's what I'm going to do and sort of drag Scout along with me.
oh, you drag Scout back? Cool. Boom.
See if you can wake him up too.
Well, he can't do all that this turn, so.
Fair enough.
Is that your turn, Goraku? Grackle? Hazard? Hello?
Yeah.
Is that your turn? Thank you. Alright, so now I charge after you guys. And I have to do a check. Oh, look at me climb right up here. Alright, and so now I have climbed up here and I have my short sword out and I want to kill you.
And Goraku sort of yells, Pesci!
Oh my god.
All right. So you want me to try to shoot him, or do you want me to insult him? Because both have not been working well for me.
If you shoot him and deal damage, then Gorakul should be able to finish him off with his attack. However, if for whatever reason that wouldn't go exactly according to plan, then giving him disadvantage on his attack is going to be better. So that's the options before you.
Yeah, but they keep on succeed. I've only been able to succeed like once or twice on my vicious mockery. So
That's true, but also you do get -2 to your ranged attack because he has the high ground. So there is also that to consider.
hey, is there a spot that I can maneuver to?
You
Actually,
can
no,
try
there's
to
not.
get up on the other cliff that is equal in height directly below you there. You can climb that, and then you would not have -2. And if you have enough movement, you can even get up on the arch, which would give you +2.
But will that? But Draugr 3 can still hit me potentially.
Potentially.
So that also doesn't help me.
But you would have the high ground, and he'd be taking a -2 to his attack.
Can I move in such a way where Draugr 3 is no longer have line of sight with me?
You could move behind the pillar now, like I said.
Okay. Let's move behind the pillar. I don't know where I can stand to do that.
Right here.
It's okay.
There, see, now you can't see Draugr 3 anymore, right?
Correct.
That means he
But
can't see.
Draugr
That's
6 is still
still a threat.
still a threat, and he's still higher ground than me.
Yes.
You could
So I'm
try
gonna-
and vicious mockery him because these drugs have a -1 to their wisdom.
Well, I don't know that. And two,
And
I've
like he
seen
said,
them. They've been shrugging them off.
yeah.
I've been having more success with my bow right now than my vicious mockeries.
Plus, like I said, it's two different strategies. One is taking him out, the other is making sure he gets disadvantage. So he's going for if he can deal enough damage now, then hopefully you can deal enough damage on your attack to where the threat is just gone and you don't even have to worry about his attack.
Correct. So, okay. I'm gonna trust in the dice here.
I wouldn't do that.
Nope.
Why was it at disadvantage? Oh, because you're prone.
Because it's still prone. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. I still would have missed
No,
because
no.
I got a 6.
No, yeah, it does matter. Don't count that. Roll.
Okay.
There you go. That's good damage. And I failed my check. I'm stunned.
Will complete my turn and I get prone just in case this guy tries to maneuver himself into my line of sight again.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm really trying to give myself every single advantage against this guy possible, so I'm making life difficult for you.
No, it's okay. You throw your magic stone at the stunned Draugr and smash its head in. It is taken out. 1 to go.
Indeed.
Do you move?
Well, I'm going to move to a better place with Scout.
Where?
So you're gonna leave me. Gotcha.
Right?
No. I'm just trying to make sure Scout is moved over here
Okay.
and prop him up so he's in a comfortable position.
Yep.
Like here.
Yep.
I mumbled to myself, bloody undead.
All right, and then that's your turn. All right. Draugr 3 has to run down. He gets right up
Fall
on
from
you
that cliff.
He jumps down. He gets right up on you and draws his short sword, but he can't attack.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm getting up from prone. I no longer have my quarterstaff. Can I spend my action to disengage and then run away?
Yep.
All right. I'm spending my action to disengage, and what's my distance for run?
30. Is it 30 feet? Yeah,
25.
30, 25, yeah.
25. Okay, so let's see.
You can run up. You can run up to your quarterstaff up here.
Yeah, but he's still going to be able to follow me, right?
Yeah, but then you'd have your quarterstaff.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. I'll run over here. Well, before I start running, I say, Garakul, some assistance, please. And I start running away from this guy.
And then you see your quarterstaff leaned up against the arch.
Yep, and I run over to grab it. And I put away my short bow.
Yep. All right.
So
Gorakul.
it's my action and my movement.
Gorakul sort of positioning himself so he doesn't get, so he's going to throw a rocket at the Draug.
Yeah. Rock him like a hurricane.
Do I get advantage because I have higher ground?
You get +2 because you have higher ground. Oh, you still miss.
So I just sort of hit the lag tight next to him.
That's right.
I'm just moving back.
Okay. And Draugr 3 charges you and attacks.
Yep, I'm dead.
Unbelievable.
This is the 4th critical hit you've rolled, by the way.
I know.
How
That's why I
is the DM slaughtering us while we can't even produce?
it's not fair, I'll tell you that much. All right.
Oh,
Get him,
This is
Gorakul. Get him. Oh, no reactions. That's not what you needed.
Still trying to hide and cover.
Yep,
Why don't you get his attention? He doesn't have his short bow anymore.
that's right. All right. I charge up at you. I climb the highest mountain. I do not. I'm trying to climb up after you. That's 2 successes. Gorakul, what do you do?
Going to give him the stone.
Oh, man.
Gorakul sort of noticing that he's going to move back a bit more.
That's not a bit. All right.
That's
You just leave Scout there too. You're like, sorry, Scout.
what he doesn't. He knows he'll be safe because Scout isn't considered alive.
He won't be considered alive at all in a little bit. All right.
Stop trying to make me doubt.
Is that your turn? Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Draugr 3 tries to climb. Oh, unbelievable! I can't get up this cliff. Uh-oh, that's a failure. You're still 2 and 1.
Gorakul sort of sees this and going to throw a stone.
Yep. Get him.
Would throwing a stone while he's trying to climb be easier or make his climb harder?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Oh,
Bam!
finally.
You nail him in the head right as he gets his hand up on the top of the cliff and pulls his head up. You skip the stone right off of the cliff right into his face. It looks like a comet smashing him in the head, and he is no more. You guys have cleared out this first top level of the cavern beneath the meteor. There is still...
Before we end our session, I'm going to do a medicine check.
Oh, yes.
Too bad the bard didn't see that. He could have been singing praise of Gorakul the Mighty.
All right. So Pesci, roll a death save.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Where's
it's right
the
right
death
on your main
save?
right on your main page at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Oh.
Would he get
Yeah, yeah.
advantage because
Nope.
Goracle is doing medical?
Nope. But he did
Hooray!
succeed. So now he is not dying. He has stabilized, and you guys
And at
have
this point, uh, I imagine Gorakul has sort of set up a sort of like ladder down the up to where he left
nope.
Scout.
Nope, you haven't set up a ladder. But Scout does wake up after a few minutes as you're still applying medical aid to Pesci. And so you guys have cleared out the first level. There are still deeper levels to explore and the other half of the geode to find. That is for next week, though. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.